Tony Shadow from YouTube sent me the real kilowatt meter and an extension cord. And now's a good time to try this out because it's a cloudy, dark day. It's been raining for 3 days. Today is the 4th day we'll have of rain, so now I have to be very careful of my power consumption. So when I grind my coffee this morning with my little electric grinder, I'm going to use the kilowatt and see what the real power usage is when I use this grinder. See if I can afford it. Now I've got my coffee grinder plugged in. Now remember, my little cheap inverter was saying just plugging it in was reading 70 amps with nothing happening. Now this kilowatt meter I've got set up here, and I can cycle through. Let me see if I can get a good display here. This is, let me see, there's, oops, I have to get to volts. There's volts. There's 61.4 hertz. Here's the watts measurement on standby. It's showing 0.4 watts. So that's way less than what that cheap inverter was showing. It's 0.4 watts on standby. That's not so bad. 0.09 amps. And I'm going to grind my coffee and see what happens here. So as high as 100 watts to run this thing, which is about 8 amps DC, but it's for a very short time. So thank you, Tony Shadow, for this kilowatt meter. This is going to help me a lot now that I have AC power. This is going to help me to figure out what I can and cannot do now with my power consumption. And another nice thing about this, I think I'm going to plug this right into my inverter and leave it plugged in, because this kilowatt meter reads accumulated overall cost and price rate, which would be neat to see how much I'm actually saving compared to the outside world, and kilowatt hours used. So this is sort of cool. Thank you very much. I think I'm going to be using this heavily now. Another one of my meters to watch every day. I just plugged the meter right into my power inverter, and now I have a fluorescent light above the kitchen sink turned on, which I wasn't even thinking about really before. And let me see, now I'm on volts, so I can turn it on to, let me see, I'm pulling 13.6 watts using that fluorescent light, just about 14 watts using a fluorescent light over the sink. And if you look for comparison, on my meter here, I'm only pulling in 8 watts from the solar panels. So I have a net loss here. Here, by the way, is an evil tick. There's a tick hanging out, just waiting for something to come by it. These things are evil. They're everywhere. And I just keep running into them again and again and again. It's disgusting to find these in the house. One time I had one with me in bed. I hate these things. Best thing you can do when you find a tick, don't panic. He reaches towards the pliers, or he's a lazy one. Very slowly, I use my Leatherman. Leatherman has a lot of uses. I squeeze him tight, and in the composting toilet he goes. Well, this meter is definitely changing how I think about things out here. I
left my inverter on last night. I went to bed quite late. I worked very late, and I was using my big 32-inch LED TV as a monitor while I worked, and left it plugged in all night, and left the inverter on, and it's pulling a continuous 1.6 watts 24/7. So the vampire draw in this LED TV is actually surprisingly high. 1.6 watts continuous. That's throughout the night when your batteries are not getting charged up. So this kilowatt meter is definitely a good thing to have, especially living off the grid like this in the middle of the forest. So this is something you seriously have to have if you're going to have AC off the grid. This is going to change the way I think about things and how I use my electronics.
Well, it's raining again. I had this fine, awesome idea of putting a tarp up over my porch last night when it started raining, or yesterday afternoon. And of course, tarps can hold water, and the rain actually pushed it through in the middle and sort of made a mess of things. It's dripping here, and my deck got wet anyway. But there is one advantage of this, so I can leave my door open when it's raining out. I think you can see that very well. The door is not getting wet, at least. The tarp is only sagging in the middle, so it's serving one purpose anyway. I can leave my screen door open, and I can get some fresh air even though it's raining. There's a tiny little dry patch of porch over there. And the wall is dry, and it's doing exactly what I had planned. Is the boards are running the water off on the outside and not allowing any water to come in. So that's working perfectly well. That's exactly what I wanted. So I'm going to continue to build with this construction. It almost looks like an old cabin. It reminds me of the cabin I grew up with. I used to go up north quite often in the summer, and everything was built like this out there in the forest.
Well, my LED TV uses only about 28 watts. That's it. It's pretty amazing.
Well, I got lucky here today. My rainwater collection system I was supposed to put up, my friends had to go to a funeral, so Man of Many Things was kind enough to show up and help me with my work today. But first, I want to show you what he's got going on in here. Show me what you the new addition to the vehicle here. I guess I'll come around, it'd be easier. So you got a nice little gauge in here.
Yeah, have me analyzer, watt analyzer. It tells how many watts and amps my solar panel's putting out.
Hold on a second. Alright. So this is telling you the status of the batteries now? And
oh yeah, the batteries and the solar panel, what it's putting out. How many watts are in there and how many amps are coming out the solar panel.
that is nice. So you're pulling, it looks like 6 watts right now.
Yeah, it's very cloudy right now,
But still, you're at least charging your battery. It's better than nothing.
oh yeah. I also put the switch in where I can also jump the SJ.
Actually, that's nice. Your batteries were at 12.34 volts a little bit ago, and they're going up. They're going up as I watched. Just went up another 10, so that's good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah,
it's
not
charging.
bad.
That's good.
Yeah,
Well,
not too long ago, my battery went bad. I don't know if I told you.
No.
It just died on me. I was driving, and my gauge, my Jeep told me to check gauges, and there was no voltage. It was nothing. My battery actually was pouring out.
Oh.
So I pulled over, and I shut down the Jeep. I went to go restart it, and it was nothing. It was dead. So lucky I had the batteries in the back, and this switch,
Oh,
hit the
nice.
switch,
Right.
I jumped the car, and I went home.
Oh, that's convenient to
That
have.
sent
That's
me-
very convenient.
Yeah,
so your Jeep battery blew up,
Yep.
and you were able to start your Jeep on the standby batteries.
Right.
So this is charging it. Here, now we got 9 watts. This is going up. It's 12.46. It's gone up 3/10, or what are you, not tenths, hundredths, since we're sitting here talking.
Yeah, it's a good analyzer. Without that, I would never know what my solar panel's doing.
No, this is good. This is very good.
Yeah, it is.
Well, always doing something, aren't we?
Yeah.
Always improving our home, our vehicles.
And I've been watching your videos, man. You've been busy.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. This looks like a dump right now, but it's a construction zone.
Oh yeah.
I've got pallets everywhere. I've got pieces of pallets laying out here, pieces of pallets over here.
You cannot beat hard work, you know.
But we're putting up the rainwater collection system. A lot of you guys are going to be happy that I'm doing so. I know you all have been yelling at me to put this up. And if Madam Many Things hadn't come over, I was sitting here scratching my head wondering what am I going to do. So thank you for coming out here.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime you call me and I'll come up help you because
I got that on camera now. You're stuck.
yeah, I mean, hey.
All right, well thanks. I'm going to sign off the camera. Where'd that pencil go?
Oh, this ain't gonna be a problem.
As long as the nails aren't in the way. No, we're going to be good.
Damn. So
Yeah, that's fine. The saw will handle it. It's cutting hard, but it'll work. It's dry inside. That's Black & Decker for you. Alright, give me a little... Yeah, let it relax a bit. That's a knot right there.
go.
There you go.
You got
There's
it.
a knot right there. Alright, I want to make sure this one fits. Hold it, please. Well, it's raining like mad, but that doesn't stop us. The work has to go on. So I'm very thankful to have somebody here that's dedicated enough to keep on going. Although we're getting pretty wet. At least it's warm.
Yeah.
So, well, sadly, Madam Many Things had to go, but I greatly appreciate his help. We've got up one main support structure. The other end is started. I have to get the top cross member on, but that's quite a impressive structure, I have to say. And then I'll attach the porch to that. That'll make it all rigid. Now we've got here, this piece started, actually it looks like a good place for a window planter. I've got this cross member here. I just got to get up on the ladder and get that top piece. Funny, the sky's clearing up. Finally, it's rained all day. I'm totally, thoroughly soaked. The ground is soaked, my shoes are soaked, my feet are soaked. Well, I kept on working. There's just not enough hours in the day to stop. So, I mean, tell me what y'all think so far. There's the frame for the back, and then the metal beams are going to go across this way, across the top of the camper. And then looking, see, that's going to be the structure right there that the beams, the metal sheets are going to lay across and run all the way to the front of the camper like that. I'm not sure if I like the looks of it. It certainly is rigid looking, but I guess for appearance sake it would be sort of cool to wall that in with the boards like that. Then it would look like a house. But this isn't my property, so that would be too much work. But anyway, I've got the frame started. I'm going to keep plugging away as much as I can alone, but I will definitely need help to get those 40-foot pieces of sheet metal up there. But at least for now I can finish the frame today as planned. I'm not sure. It's pretty massive. Also sort of cool looking, I guess, in a way. Quite impressive. This angle beam was just there, I was just using for support. But sort of impressive looking, I think. I don't know, tell me what you think. I'll put up a few more boards and see what it looks like.